The San Francisco 49ers travel to New Orleans to face the Saints on Sunday. New Orleans a 5.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 49 the total in this game. This line has seen steady movement in the New Orleans direction all week. People eager to back the Saints in the Superdome. Understandable. Saints always a great bet at home. 19-6 against the number in their last 25 home games, despite being favored in 23 of those 25 games. However, 5.5 points, a pretty big number to give a desperate San Francisco team. The Niners have lost 2 straight. They now sit at 4-4, reeling a bit. We're starting to hear rumors coming out of the San Francisco locker room of a divide in the locker room, a divide between players and the coaching staff. Players rumored to be upset with Coach Jim Harbaugh, upset with the play calling on offense. Basically the type of stuff you hear anytime teams start to lose. And indeed, if the Niners lose this game, they will be below 500 this late in the season for the first time in the Jim Harbaugh era. They feel like a bit of a wounded animal here to me, though. You know, people talking about this San Francisco team like they're no good. It was flukish that they lost to to St. Louis last week, Colin Kaepernick fumbling on the goal line, that quarterback sneak with less than 10 seconds left. Now, it shouldn't have been that close, no doubt about it. The Niners did not play well in that game, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But they should have won that game. If not for a flukish result on the last play of the game, San Francisco would be 5-3 right now, still playing very well on the defensive side of the ball. They rank 2nd in total defense, 5th in points allowed. Of course, they will be challenged. This New Orleans offense, one of the best in the NFL, they rank 2nd in total offense, and they are especially good in the Superdome. The Saints are 4-4 just like the Niners, but they're a different type of 4-4. They've won 3 of their past 4 games. Their only loss in that stretch coming by just 1 point on the road in Detroit. So the Saints seem to have it back together now. They're all alone in first place in the NFC South. However, they have traditionally struggled against teams like San Francisco. Physical, run-first teams with defenses that can pressure Drew Brees. As a matter of fact, they haven't had an easy time with the Niners specifically over the past 3 or 4 years. Since 2010, these teams have met 4 times. They've split those 4 games, and in New Orleans' 2 wins, both of those wins have come by 3 points or fewer. They've actually both come by exactly 3 points. So the Saints beating the Niners by more than 5.5 points would be a little bit of an unusual happening. However, like we said, the Saints seem to be getting better right now. The Niners seem to be getting worse. Even though, as I mentioned, San Francisco does feel like the proverbial wounded animal here, a proud veteran team that's been backed into a corner. Just not sure their offense is going to be able to keep pace with this Saints attack in the Superdome. The Niners have not been good at all on offense this season. Bottom half of the league in total offense, passing offense, points scored, and they're not even running the ball that well lately. Now, I do think they're going to try to get back to that on Sunday against this New Orleans defense. I think the Saints are going to get a heavy dose of Frank Gore and some of Carlos Hyde as well. But like I said, I just have no faith in the Niners being able to keep pace here. Think they'll probably make a game of it for the first 2 or 3 quarters, but I think the Saints pull away, and I like their chances of winning this game and covering the 5.5 point number.